Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. For Shepherd. Check 1, 2. So we'll see.
Now, do we have to worry about it being pushed off or anything like that? That
Oh, good
was
idea.
the only thing Greg was concerned about.
That is awesome. Thanks for doing that, Cheryl.
Get these guys cleaned up, you can start attacking play.
I was gonna say, you like where
Turn it on and leave it on now. So it'll be muted here.
Check 1, 2. Hey. 1 to 2. 1 to 2.
You up?
What's that?
You do this each person gets one or no?
Yep, each person
And
gets
then the
one.
rest goes side people out there?
Yep, when they're gone.
Will you try making a sound? Will you try making a sound? Will you try making a sound?
this one is
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's what we work hard for, right? Like, yeah. But Eric has nothing.
Miss Brown?
Okay.
Well, he asked for a brief summary of it. Do we have a? Oh, never mind.
What do you say? Okay. And this is why we do it now.
talk to him on the phone? Call Patrick. If I talk on the microphone, I'm getting bounced everywhere. Check 1, 2. Hey, 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 hey. Huh? Yeah, he says he sees it bouncing.
He has access before you. Test 1, 2. He's back. Whenever you're ready. It's on. You probably have a little delay. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. Should be a 15-second delay. How far up those meters, left and right, is it going? Check what? What's that? Is it green, yellow, into the red? All green? Hey, hey. Check, check. I brought up some more audio to you to see if it'll help. Hey, 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 hey. Check, check. Check, check. Check, check.
Is this back on? Adjusted all the sins. I don't want that to be too loud. Check 1, 2. Hey, hey. So Dan, tell me when that goes down. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Well, I want to try to get a little bit louder. Is that still on? Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. How about now? Okay. How about now? Okay. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. All right. So we're going to touch those up a little bit. So I gave you a little more audio. Check. Hey, hey. Just 5. I don't want to because that will be that monitor there. All right. All right. I'm going to check these others. As long as you see that meter bounce. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. 1, 2. Okay.
Hey, hey, hey.
Check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1. Check. Check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's really quiet.
It got better.
Yeah, I climbed it up a bit. There we go.
There we go.
Check 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Hey, hey. All right, I gotta change it a touch here. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Okay. Check 1, 2. Ooh, quiet. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. There we are. Check, check. All right, we're all good there. Tell us when.
All right, I hereby call the November 19th Board of Education regular meeting to order for the Chico Unified School Board. We are going to recess into closed session. Is there any public comment on closed session? Seeing none, we will now recess. We'll be back at 6 p.m. for open session. Good evening, everyone. Good to see you all here. Welcome to the November 19th, 2025 regular Board of Education meeting for Chico Unified School District. It's a pleasure to see you all. We did just come out of closed session where no action was taken. At this point, I would like to go ahead and ask y'all to rise and salute the flag with me. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Superintendent Blake.
All right, so we have some good news tonight, and I have very few remarks, but I am going to kick it right over to, I'm sorry, I'm losing my place. Just talk amongst yourselves for a minute, thank you. I'm going to kick it over first to Damon Whitaker. All right, Damon, take it away.
Good evening, board members. Thank you for having us here tonight. First, I would like to welcome Chloe Bristol, Grace Anderson, and Giselle Cruz to come up with me. Chloe is a teacher at Pleasant Valley High School. She teaches in our ag program. She is our horticulture teacher in our pathway there. And she has two amazing students who are going to come up, and we're going to share with you some of the great things that not only our horticulture pathway is doing, but FFA in general too. So they have some information for you as they pass that out to you. Ag is in our third year at Pleasant Valley High School. We are so excited that it is there, and they are doing amazing things. We just, our instructional council this morning passed the second course, our Horticulture 2 class, and so we'll be having that class at Pleasant Valley High School next year, so we hope to see a lot of the students from the Horticulture 1 class transition to Horticulture 2 as we develop and continue to grow that pathway. So I will turn it over to Chloe or the students.
Yeah. I figured you wanted to hear from the kids, not me, so they're going to do a little spiel for you.
Good evening, board members and guests. Thank you for inviting us to speak on behalf of the new horticulture pathway at Pleasant Valley High School. My name is Giselle Cruz, and I am a grade 9 student enrolled in the Horticulture 1 course, as well as an active member of PVFFA.
Hi, I'm Grace Anderson. I'm a sophomore at Pleasant Valley High School this year, and I'm also an active member in FFA.
What is the horticulture pathway? First, we would like to explain what our horticulture pathway encompasses. Currently, we offer Horticulture 1, an introduction to basic horticulture. This course covers topics that include FFA foundational knowledge, soil formations and biology, soil chemistry, fertilization, landscape design, and integrated pest management.
Students enrolled in this course are automatically enrolled members of Pleasant Valley FFA, which is a student-led organization that promotes agriculture education across the United States. Within FFA, Pleasant Valley High School students have a unique opportunity to build leadership skills, technical skills in vocational agriculture, and create lifelong friendships with peers at our school and others alike. In Horticulture 1 this semester, we have completed activities surrounding the following topics. Leadership and employability skills. We were tasked with several challenges and worked alongside our peers to solve. We also created resumes with work experience and applied for mock jobs and conducted interviews for those jobs.
FFA history. We unpacked the history of FFA and how it brought us here. Paying attention to our legacy in agriculture education helps us understand why agriculture education is important. Plant biology. We studied the organelles in plant cells and made paper social media profiles for them with catchy names and important information about their functions. We also conducted a lab on the transfer of nutrients from colored water into celery stalks.
We collected leaf samples and got to study their composition from their veins to their overall shape and arrangement. We collected this information in a leaf journal with sketches and scientific naming. And we also dissected Alstroemeria flowers and examined their reproductive systems while explaining the process of pollination in a complete flower.
mono-based farming. We studied the USDA plant hardiness zone map and built a farming company based on selected locations and average annual winter temperatures of that area. Soil ribboning. Our most recent lab was one in which we learned how to read soil texture by using the ribboning technique. We collected soil samples around campus and examined their texture characteristics to identify soil types.
I'm glad I got the opportunity to take an ag class and get science credit at the same time. This class has taught me responsibility and time management, and I appreciate that I get to take classes that I choose and apply what I learned from these classes into the real world.
I'm glad to take this class because I get science credits in a fun way, I get to make new friends, and I joined a club that I didn't think I'd previously join. It's also interactive and it's informing in horticulture. Thank you again for giving us the opportunity to speak to you on behalf of the new horticulture pathway at Pleasant Valley High School. We hope this has been helpful information for you and look forward to the growth of our PVHS horticulture program.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Before they leave, does the board have any questions for the young ladies?
Well, sure. Here in FFA, does that mean are either of you looking into a career in agriculture? I mean, it's a ways away, I understand.
Yeah, I hope to get a career in agriculture, but I don't know what I want to be. But I know I do want to do something in an agricultural field.
Awesome.
I have the same response as Grace. I want a career in agriculture. I just don't know exactly what.
Right on. Thank you.
So I don't have a question, but I just want to say you guys had great presence at the microphone, great volume, and you're so well-spoken, and you're both underclassmen, which is awesome. Do you have quite a few seniors and juniors in FFA as well?
Yeah, I would say a majority of our program is probably upperclassmen because our first year, the freshmen that started it are now juniors, and we still have a lot of seniors in our program.
And so you guys just volunteered to come and do the board presentation, or were you voluntold? I'm just wondering.
I volunteered.
All right. Well, you did a great job. If somebody voluntold you, they were wise in their choices. So nice job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, girls.
Anyway. Hello. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for this, and I'm sure Damon can appreciate this, that I wish this program was around when my son went to PV, because he did get a animal science degree, and this really would have been a great program to have. So I'm so thankful that you guys have this opportunity to kind of expand into a whole different world.
Now I think we're done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
We have one more. All right, next up, we do have Chico High is here also. So Erica, yes, Erica Sheridan, principal, will take over from here.
Good evening. My name is Erica Sheridan, principal of Chico High School, and I brought with me some CTE art students and one of our fabulous art teachers from Chico High School, Tiffany Ridenauer. So I'm going to let her introduce her folks and kind of talk about the program.
Thank you, Erica. I'm short. Okay. So I'm Tiffany Ridenauer. I teach Intro to Art class. I also teach glass design. The glass design course is our CTE course at Chico High. We also have ceramics, we have digital art, and photography as well. So I'm just one of the awesome art teachers that are teaching these amazing students at Chico High. I recently started a club, so all of our CTE courses have to have an affiliated club that they go to. And I started a club that is a leadership and marketing club at the end of last year, and it's in full force this year. So I brought a couple of my students with me that are my artpreneurs, so my art entrepreneurs, to talk to you guys about a really awesome event that we are hosting this year. So Chico High, we are hosting our holiday market, so I'm going to kind of let my kids talk to you guys about that and humble brag just a bit. So, Abby?
Hi, my name is Abby C., and I am a senior at Chico High, and I am part of the advanced glass design class.
I'm Angie Villalobos, and I'm a senior enrolled in the advanced glass design class as well.
So our holiday market, what it's going to be is the art department hosting the first, hopefully annual, holiday market. Our vision for this market that we are going to have will be a celebration of culture, inclusivity, as well as cheer. We want it to be a place where family and friends can come together and shop, find things they like, create some things, and just celebrate the new season coming about. Our event is a collaboration of multiple departments at Chico High. We have a lot of different people who are a part of this, and it's heavily student-led to try and encourage our entrepreneurship opportunities.
Some things you can expect to see at our event are a lot of gift items for sale, such as glass products, ceramics, baked goods, and holiday cards. Some family-friendly activities as well, such as mosaic coasters, a photo booth, printmaking, and also henna. There will also be student-led performances, which is group Baile Folklorico, improv theater, and Victorian carolers. Save the date, Saturday, December 6th. We're so excited about our event.
Good job, girls. Does anybody have any questions for them? They'll answer.
Where is this event taking place?
This event will be at Chico High, so it'll be actually on the campus.
And is it all day?
It's 11.
Oh, thank you.
It's 11 to 2.
What, I have a question. What do the proceeds go towards?
So typically, for at least I can speak on the entrepreneurs, when we create something and we sell it, the money goes to us. It is directly going to us unless it is something that has been donated to us by either a past student or something our very artistic teacher made us. Then it goes back into the club proceeds, and that helps to pay for vendor fees or decorations for our booth, some lights, things like that, in order to better promote our club.
I love it.
Any other questions?
It's in my phone.
Yeah, look forward to seeing you all there. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Hopefully see you guys there.
Thank you so much.
So nice to meet you.
Do we want to just dive in to the superintendent reports?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay,
Go,
cool.
Take it away, please.
All right, so we have some more good news. I love starting with good news. Damon Whitaker is up for this one.
Thank you again. I do have to confess, my mother told me never to lie, and I did share a little white lie to get the next two individuals to make an appearance here this evening. The first one, he believes he's here to talk about safety, campus safety and security and supervision. But like Greg said, he's here for a much better topic and something that I feel I'm so glad to be recognizing him tonight. So John Forater, will you come up and join me? I'm here tonight to draw your attention to an employee whose dedicated service proves a powerful example of the commitment we seek at Chico Unified. We are recognizing John Forater, Campus Supervisor at Pleasant Valley High School. While his title is Campus Supervisor, John operates as an essential force multiplier, an individual who consistently excels, significantly enhances the operational capacity and student support structure of the entire PV campus. As one of his colleagues put it, John is truly one of the most dedicated and hardworking employees in our entire campus. He goes above and beyond every single day, always checking to support the athletic department and stepping up whenever help is needed. His commitment shines brightest on game days, when he tirelessly sets up and cleans up the football field to ensure every home game runs smoothly. John is also a standout presence at the gate, where his upbeat attitude, clear communication, and outstanding people skills make him a favorite amongst our patrons. His positive impact is felt everywhere he goes. I also want to highlight his many contributions, John's daily tasks extend far beyond the scope of the official job description, creating critical operational efficiencies that save time and minimize disruption across the school. We see this in handling of the essential logistical tasks. He acts as our copy room manager, meticulously ensuring that vital teaching resources, paper, and supplies are consistently available, directly supporting instruction continually and teacher efficiency. As our equipment maintenance coordinator, John takes proactive responsibility for the essential campus equipment such as the golf carts. His rigorous maintenance schedule ensures these district assets are charged, fully operational, and ready for deployment when needed. From moving heavy equipment to installing plaques, John is a terrific resource for many faculty needs. Beyond his work with the equipment and supplies, John's most profound impact is on the individuals at Pleasant Valley High School. He actively contributes to the positive climate that is essential for student success and staff retention. John is a daily support presence for our students. He prioritizes building authentic relationships, acting as a viable, friendly, and reliable role model. The level of support engagement is crucial for our campus safety and student mental well-being. For our teachers and administrators, John is an indispensable partner. He consistently demonstrates initiative, often anticipating problems before they are articulated. The high level of proactive support minimizes stress for staff, allowing them to focus their energy entirely on teaching and administrative duties. What truly sets John apart is not just the volume of his work, but professionalism and the positive attitude with which he executes every task. He is a model Chico Unified employee defined by his can-do-it attitude. He approaches every challenge, whether minor or major, with an unwavering commitment to finding a solution. He is defined by his commitment to excellence, which elevates the performance of everyone around him. John Forader takes incredible pride in our campus and embodies the tireless service-oriented spirit of the Pleasant Valley High School. His impact on the operational efficiency, resource stewardship, and the overall climate of our school helped make Pleasant Valley High School a terrific place to be. On behalf of the students, staff, and administration of Pleasant Valley High School, we congratulate John Forader and acknowledge him with the Superintendent Award.
I saw the agenda 2 days ago, but the kind
You got
words.
your interpretive dance ready to go?
Yeah,
Bill, you got your interpretive dance ready to go?
Two left feet. Thank you for the kind
for you,
words.
buddy.
Yes.
I knew. That's why I told you. Surprise, surprise.
All right,
Thank you, guys.
there's a picture behind you.
All right.
And you get to stay in too.
Everybody's in.
Everybody's in.
You're one with
Yep,
her.
turn that bad boy around, thank you.
I trained him.
I just wanted to say 2 words. Thank you very much for these kind words. And I come in every day, just as Damon said, taking pride in the school and the place and the district that I work. Never thought I would land in public education. Started with this guy, and he was a great person, even though I was there for 3 days, I think, and then Damon took over. But really, I practice emulating the leadership that I get every day from all of you, the board and everything, and I try to, pass that along to my coworkers and everybody. So thank you very much, Damon. It was a pleasure. You got me. And thank you very much.
John?
John.
John, I just, haven't had the pleasure of meeting you, but I just want to say that all that was said pales in comparison to sitting 2 years in a row at an LCAP table surrounded by students, and students just talked about how beloved you are. And really,
Thank you.
as a classroom teacher, to hear those kids say, this person matters, all of that was nice, but really for me, I'm delighted to meet you and put a
Thank you
name
very
with
much
a
for
face.
those kind words, and that's what I strive for.
My turn. My turn.
Oh, Gail, stop.
I will say the same thing that Tisha was saying, is that at the LCAP meetings, while all campus supervisors, they could name them by name, your name and your connection to students was above and beyond. But I also had the privilege of working with you for I don't know how many years, so
great privilege.
This is like so well deserved, and this is all for real. Like, this is who this guy is, and we need to clone you. Yes.
Thank you, Gail. I appreciate that all. Very nice of you. Thank you, guys. Have a nice evening. Thank you.
I also am here tonight to celebrate another staff member who thought he was going to talk about the institutional history of Pleasant Valley High School for some of the new board members who want to learn more about Pleasant Valley High School. So, Bill, you want to come up?
First thing I said to my wife was, "This is fishy."
Well, funny story. So immediately I get on the phone to call his wife, and I call from the school phone, and she answers, "Hey, darling." And I said, "Nope, wrong person." And she said, as we were talking, she said, as soon as you got done talking to Bill about coming, he texted me and said, "What's going on? Will you go with me to this board meeting?" And so I'm thrilled that she's here as well, too. But I would like to share with you and celebrate an extraordinary individual whose dedication has shaped the lives of countless students and defined the spirit of Pleasant Valley High School community for nearly 3 decades. I have a personal connection to Bill Flory. He helped shape and mold and transform my daughter while she was at Pleasant Valley High School. She was very introverted as a young lady, and his profound involvement in her life as a field hockey coach really helped change her drastically in such a positive way, and it transformed her into this introvert who was shy and had a lot of anxiety into someone who was really outgoing and experienced such a wonderful opportunity that Bill gave her, letting her having the experience of playing for Bill for the better part of 2.5 years. So I am completely honored to recognize Bill Flory with the Superintendent's Award. For 23 years, Bill has been a true pillar of Pleasant Valley High School. His commitment is measured not just in years, but in the enduring impact he has made, whether through the periodic table or the playbook. In the classroom, Bill is renowned as a masterful science teacher. He has inspired curiosity and critical thinking, turning complex subjects into accessible and exciting journeys of discovery. What truly sets Bill apart is his unique genius for engagement and the deep investment in every student's success. He doesn't just teach the curriculum, he connects it directly to the lives and the interests of the students, transforming abstract concepts into dynamic, relevant, and hands-on lessons. This level of personal care ensures he sees and cultivates the potential in everyone. Bill's dedication to inclusivity in education has made a profound difference, ensuring every student receives the personalized support and encouragement needed to achieve their potential in science. Bill's passion for science has laid a strong foundation for the future success, guiding countless students and teaching them how to think like successful, resilient people. Bill's influence extends well beyond the classroom walls and into our athletic programs. He was instrumental in establishing our athlete-committed program, serving as its coordinator for several years, demonstrating his commitment to the holistic well-being of our student athletes. As a longtime coach, he has been a formative leader, instilling discipline, teamwork, and a powerful sense of resilience in his players. Bill was directly responsible for revitalizing our field hockey program, transforming it into a source of pride and success while mentoring young athletes, fostering a genuine love for competition, and championing sportsmanship. Bill has shown our students what it means to lead with character. Bill Flory has continuously gone above and beyond, proving that teaching is not just a job, but a lifelong commitment to mentorship. Thank you, Bill, for your incredible service to Pleasant Valley High School and to the students. We are truly fortunate to have you.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Must have taught a long time to get this. It's like a gold watch.
Kelly, come on up for the picture.
I know, so I have to say a little bit of something. Well, I am surprised, even though, part of me was, it might be something else, but I can't think that because, anyway.
I'm humbled to have done this. I love teaching. When I sit in a room or talk with other people about it, I've been told my passion comes out. And I've just been fortunate to be able to bring this out to the students for all these years, for 30 years in Chico Unified. I just love it. And the subject is just part of it, but it's helping mold our future leaders and teaching not only the subject, but kids to be human beings and to be the best human being they can be with whatever they do. And having patience and kindness and being as much of a role model as I can be at all times for them, for an adult that cares and be there for them. That's been what's pushed me. He mentioned field hockey, which it's not a sport I played. I went to Pleasant Valley. My sister played field hockey. I graduated in 1983, but I coached football and played football and track, but it was probably the best decision of coaching I'd ever made. I didn't realize what becoming a coach of a senior girls sport and how that would change me as a human being and just make me that much stronger and see how much stronger these students can be. And it was something I was supposed to do to bridge a little gap. I ended up doing it for 9 years. And it was amazing, a lot of fun. And I've always enjoyed teaching from starting at Bidwell, doing team teaching with some other great teachers. I would say Carrie Hopper, Stacia Morrissey, and doing teaming, and then coming to PV and teaching at my alma mater and keeping up the high standard. It was always, to me, PV was that epitome of the high schools in the area, and I've got to be here for 23 years, and thankful for being. Thank you, and those words just humble me. Thank you.
Okay, my turn.
Okay.
Because I was honored to be able to work with you for many years as well, and especially the last few years that I taught at PV, and I taught special ed, and your willingness to work with students with IEPs and help with their accommodations and just really care about and work with those students was immensely appreciated on my end. So that's another Bill Flory thing as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
President Lando, I have a little bit more good news that we would like to share from our little group over here, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Okay, Tina, take it away.
Good evening, board. I do have 2 announcements we wanted to share. They both relate to our community schools. The first announcement is just in recent days, we received the state funding to implement the community schools model at Little Chico Creek that we've been waiting for. They have jumped right into the process to hire a social worker and other things that they had applied for. They are very excited, and they will be our 5th community schools site. So that's very exciting on that end of town. And the second announcement is, speaking of community schools, one update that I want to share with you is how the community schools grants are working across town, specifically at our alternative education site. With their community schools money, that site purchased a passenger van to address truancy on their site and hoping to see a rise in attendance of their kids getting to school. I have some pretty astounding numbers to share with you to show how that is impacting the kids at that campus. Fairview High School last year, at the end of the year, had a 66% attendance rate. Currently, today, they sit at 80.3% attendance rate. Academy for Change last year at the end of the year sat at a 28.4% attendance rate. Currently, today, they are at 79.4% attendance rate. And Center for Alternative Learning, our Cal site, at the end of last year, they sat at 50.2% attendance. Today, they are at 83.7% attendance. I encourage you to reach out to Andrew Mall and his team at any time. He's happy to share more information about how they did this, but in his words, It is a massive team effort. They work alongside the bus passes and teaching kids how to utilize transportation, public transportation safely. And they're getting to school where, I quote, he says, the magic happens. And he is correct. So we're happy those kids are getting to school, and we're happy that money is being spent for kids.
That is fantastic news. Thank you very much. It is. That's exactly the point of the community school grants, right? For them to identify the needs of their particular demographics and communities and then put the resources where they can do the most good. It's fantastic to see that working. Does anybody else on the board have any announcement they would like to share with the rest of us or the public? Okay. In that case, let's go ahead and move on to items from the floor. Oh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. I skipped right past it. I apologize. Thank you, Bert. Yeah, come on up, please. We missed our CSEA recognition. Yes.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Chico Unified, for supporting classified employees. This month of being thankful, with the gratitude grams going out was a great way to thank each other, and we are so grateful to honor one of our own tonight. I'd like to introduce Holly Ponciano, Chico 110 Vice President.
Thank you, Board, for having us and letting us present our award for our CSCA Member of the Month, November. Excuse me, sorry. I'm here to recognize Rita Rodriguez. She is from our transportation department, and she is a Type 2 bus driver. So Rita, that's for you. Thank you. A little bit about Rita. She has just been with Chico Unified for only about 3.5 years. She currently drives our students ages 3 to about 22, specifically our special ed students. So that's a very unique position, I find, and one that would take a lot of talent to be part of her day, have part of her day and be aware of that. So one of the quotes she gave me is that when I spoke with her and told her about the award, that she drives all of our little angels, and I would have to agree on that. She is also complimentary of all of her coworkers, saying that being a bus driver is just one of the best jobs ever, and she works with one of the greatest teams. And we've recently had some more interactions with the transportation department, who are very hard to nail down in a regular working day. So it's been really nice hearing from them, and we're really happy to be able to present this to her. She was nominated by other union members who had kind things to say about her, and I took from that most especially that the parents and children love her the most. So that is always something important to us, as well, as we've heard from other folks in the district. But being a bus driver, I would imagine, just takes a lot out of you. And so for anybody who can do that and then step up into excel and have people notice her for, that's very special. So again, our union member of the month is Rita Rodriguez. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And again, I'm sorry for skipping over that part, just rolling right along. Okay. So I'm going to look one more time. Do we have any more announcements from staff of the board? No. All right, I might give people a couple seconds here to filter out. Yeah. So our next item is items from the floor. I don't think we have any speakers listed, but do we have anybody who wishes to address the board on an item that is not on the agenda? Excellent. So we have a 3-minute timer. Come on up, tell us who you are.
All right.
Give at about 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you'll get a 30-second warning.
Okay, hi, my name is Tammy Ritter, and I am happy to be here speaking with all of you tonight. I noticed on your agenda on items from the floor, a letter from a professor from Chico State regarding the removal of a pride flag from a classroom in PV High School, and I wanted to speak to that. LGBTQ youth are 4 times more likely to attempt suicide than their peers. In a 2021 peer-reviewed study published in the American Journal of Community Psychology, they found that greater experiences of minority stress are associated with increased odds of attempting suicide, and LGBTQ youth are reported 4 types of minority stressors. Those are physical harm, discrimination, housing instability, and students being at 12 times the rate of greater odds of attempting suicide. But there is some good news. There is something that we can do about it. LGBTQ youth who have access to affirming spaces have lower rates of suicidality and depression. Youth who have just one accepting adult in their life have lower rates of attempting suicide and higher levels of self-esteem. Pride flags are not political. We have people from all genders, all ethnicities, all political persuasions that fall into the LGBTQ category. And if we care about our children, we will ensure that they know there is at least one caring adult in their life. That's all.
Thank you very much, Supervisor. Good to see you.
Yes, thank you.
Do we have anyone else who wishes to address the board on an item from the floor? Seeing none, we're going to move right along to the consent calendar. First of all, are there any members of the board that would like to pull an item from consent for further discussion? All right, which item is that, Member Robinson?
Consent calendar, it's an informational item, but it is on consent, the Communities for School Success Program grant. Oh, that's not on, never mind. It's not on the consent calendar, it's on the action calendar.
Okay, I think Member Hayes has some to pull as well. Did you have anything else before?
No,
Okay,
that was the only one I was interested in pulling.
All right, well, we'll get there.
So I'm not sure that it has to be pulled from the consent calendar, but there, President Lando, if I have to pull it, I can. I wasn't sure if I could just ask questions about some things in the consent calendar and then decide whether or not I want to pull it.
If there's any question at all, if you don't mind, let's just pull it so we can do the consent calendar.
Okay,
and
that's
if there
fine.
needs to be a discussion,
Then
we can.
I would like to pull number 2, consider approval of the contracts, and then number 4, consider approval of the Charter School Measure K and C projects.
All right, so that is item 812. 832 and 834. Got them. All right, thank you very much.
Mr. President, again, they are items
832 and 834 under Business Services, items 2 and 4. And while we're doing that paperwork, does anyone else have items they wish to pull for discussion, just to make sure? Nope, okay.
Oh, okay, I see.
Do we have, let's handle those first. Member Hayes, please, what's for discussion?
Yeah, on number 2, under the contract specifically that I was interested in was Riverside Technologies. And Riverside Technologies, it appears that there's going to be Chromebooks bought for BLAST and for the after-school program. And I know that Member Conkin and I had concerns about Chromebooks in general at the elementary school level, but specifically we had concerns about after-school programs. And so I would like to know, what is the purpose of these Chromebooks? And so could you tell me more?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for asking. It's a great question. Because you're right, the after-school program's not using them for enrichment. What those are it's a contract to buy 280 Chromebooks to split across the 12 elementaries. So that brings it down to about 23 per site. Half of those are actually replacing broken Chromebooks. So that's about 12 more needed. And these are specifically to use in the Homework Heroes. It's for use for those kids that come to Homework Heroes, our expansion of the after-school program, and may have to do their homework on the Chromebook. That's the purpose for it. The Chromebooks in the classrooms don't have up to 40, and that's what our cap is for students that are in that program. So we wanted to make sure there was a Chromebook available to any student that might need it to complete their homework. Again, great question. Schools are not sending home the Chromebooks with kids, so it's important to have them there to complete that. And unfortunately, they break quite easily, and those would be about 12 broken replacements at each campus, and then 12 that would be to use in those carts. So they are not intended for enrichment. Again, a great question. I want to be sure to clarify that, but they're for our students if they need to use it for homework.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Any further discussion about that item? Are you comfortable keeping that on a consent calendar, or would you like to vote on it separately?
Member Conkin, do you, since we didn't have a opportunity to really talk about it, I am curious how you're feeling about it.
I'm comfortable with that.
Being on the consent calendar? Yeah, okay, thank you. I felt that way too. Thank
Okay,
you.
wonderful. No, it's a great question. I appreciate you. And on the same note, you had pulled 834 regarding Measure K and C project request.
Yes, so on this one, there was the Measure C project request, and I think it's been clarified, but I know that later on in our agenda, we have discussion under business services. Discussion number 1 was Measure C, the 65%, and I thought that this might be in conflict. I have learned that it may not be in conflict, but that's why I flagged this, and so if you could respond to that, please.
Certainly, great question. It is not in conflict. So what we did with Measure C is we allocated the money, 35% of the charter money was directly allocated to the applicable charter schools based on their in-district enrollment. So for in this case, Achieve was already allocated about $813,000 and change just based on their in-district enrollment. This $22,000 purchase is coming out of that. So the 65% that we're talking about later in the agenda has no impact. It's apples and oranges at this point, but it's a good point of clarification.
Okay, thank you. And then also, I'm just wondering if you know this, and you may not, but when I looked at the Achieve, the detailed revenue and expenditures that's attached, so it shows Series A allocation of 272,221, Series B allocation of 272,221, and Series C. So are all of those series, are those all Measure C, A, B, and C? Is that what you're saying?
That is correct. So how it works is the voters authorized $239 million.
Right.
But we can't sell it at one time. So we
Gotcha.
sell it in a series, which they put letters behind them. So what we do is we break that out because it does become a cash flow issue. For example, if Achieve were to come forward and say, hey, we need $800,000 on a big project tomorrow, there becomes a cash flow of when we can issue the debt to be able to get that. So we put that there as a visual to kind of know, hey, when we issue the first round, you have about $272,000 that you can work with to do projects on your site.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, literally here, looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's A, B, and C. Somehow I got Measure K, and I'm like thinking, why do they have so much Measure K money left over? It didn't occur to me till I read it out loud.
And
like I've read it in my head over and over, but when I read it out loud, I'm like, oh, okay.
And many of the charters have K and C. Achieve actually only has C because they
Okay.
weren't within Chico Unified when K was issued back in 2016.
All right, well, I am very comfortable this being on the consent agenda. Thank you for that clarification.
All right. One more time for good measure. Anybody want to have any more discussion regarding any items on the consent calendar? Anything else we need to pull? Seeing none, do we have a motion regarding the consent calendar at this point?
I move approval.
I'll second.
Oh, all right. We have a motion by Member Hayes and a second by Member Olson. I think she got it first
did.
under. Oh, just under the wire.
That was
All right.
first in.
Very good. Is there any further debate on this item? Seeing none, and since it is our first action of the evening, I'm going to ask for a roll call vote, starting with Member Robinson and then moving to her left.
Thank you. Robinson, aye.
Hayes, aye.
Lando, aye.
Conkin, aye.
Olson, aye.
It is unanimous. Thank you very much. All right, moving on to section 9, which is our discussion action calendar. Our first item is 911, item 911, which is an informational only item regarding the Learning Communities for School Success program. Is Mr. Caldera here? There he is. Here he comes. He's building tension, building suspense.
Oh, there we go. All right. Well, I don't know. Do I need to repeat myself? Because I was kind of excited. All right. So with that said, all right. I'll do it again. Well, good afternoon, school board. Well, I do want to let you know that from here on out, I'll call the Learning Communities for School Success Grant, I'll just call it the LCSSP. In my world, that's what I use all the time. And so just want to let you know that it is a 3-year grant coming to the tune of $1.9 million. And so it started during the 24-25 school year, and it goes through 26-27 school year. So we got a couple more years. But before I get into the details, I think I have to do this justice by doing a little shout out to Michelle Bunch and to Tiffany Herringer, who are our Chico Unified School District grant writers. And they do a fabulous job of searching for and for writing these grants for us. All right, next page. So the purpose of this grant is to improve attendance in Chico Unified School District by focusing on the expanded services, mentorship, and academic emotional support for all our targeted groups. And then part of the LCSSP accountability requirement is for me to present to the Chico Unified School Board the initiatives that are supported by the grant and also to see how effective they were by the metrics that I'm going to show you here shortly. So the key funded initiatives are, well, there's 7 in total, or actually more, but 4 on this one. We hired 2 reset teachers, which when students are put into in-school suspension and or reset, they get to stay inside the classroom, or not inside, they get to stay inside a classroom, but outside of the regular school day, but they still get to do their work, and they stay on campus, and then they receive interventions. And so Chico High and PV each got the higher one. So that's the first one. The second one is campus supervisors. We were able to hire, bring on board at the secondary level 5 campus supervisors. Each secondary site got one. So 2 at the high school level and 3 at the junior highs. Along with that, we have SEL programs, and I do want to do another shout out to Jessica Capon for instilling the PBIS and the SEL program. And I do want to say currently Hooker Oak and Marsh Junior High School are developing the SEL Lighthouse projects. So I just want to let you know that that is Coach Rudy. And we see great things coming from those schools, and I expect that next year, once they do the full implementation of the Lighthouse project, there's going to be some pretty cool things that we'll be sharing here with the board. Yeah.
I was just curious, could you tell us about, it says a credentialed substitute teacher?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what that looks like?
So what we do is, because students aren't necessarily suspended every day.
Right.
Yes, and so you don't want to hire a full credentialed teacher to take that slot because, quite frankly, that teacher may not have students in there.
Right.
But what you can do is you can go with a substitute credentialed teacher. That the minute the student is suspended, you can call on them to be there, or you can contract them out for a specified period of time in preparation for students that might be, or that might benefit from being in a reset classroom.
So is that substitute teacher, are they on call just like a regular sub? That's what I guess.
No. They,
Okay.
yes, that can happen. The other thing is you can contract them out. So say, hey, listen, I'd like to bring you in from this time to this, or to this time, or this period to this period, or this month to that month. So each school is budgeted to allow for that to happen for the whole entire school year. So it just depends how they want to use them.
So then the reset time is, I'm just trying to figure out what this looks like. If I'm on reset, does that happen maybe the day that I am being reset, or is it a scheduled thing where I come back and I'm making up?
It definitely can, yes. So it's both.
Okay.
And so meaning I'm junior high principal or a high school principal, and I say, hey, you know what, it seems to me I'm looking at my disciplinary concerns here, and there's a pattern. Thursdays and Fridays, usually something is happening, and usually there's some little pushing, shoving, or some students that need to be placed in reset. In advance, I can call in a sub.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was just curious. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And also here on this one, you'll see the Tableau dashboard that's launched. And I do want to give another shout out to Kate Ori, who's our data analyst. I'm going to talk about here a little bit in a couple more slides, but just want to say that she did an amazing job of creating certain data pages for all of us to see that you're going to see here shortly. Second part of key initiatives, three of these: the laundry support for homeless youth, the supplies for some of our students, and then the bike repair program at PV High School. Those are all headed and supported by Jamie McLaughlin. She's our homeless and foster youth liaison and program coordinator. So she supersees all this and just makes sure that all of our certain populations of students that need support get these services. And then you have the League of Stars mentoring, that one on the bottom left-hand corner. And you have Martha McLemore. She's the wellness counselor out of Fairview, and she's heading this one. And she's got this club, per se, working at all three high schools. And when I say all three, I include Fairview. And then our two middle schools are now on board. And so it's a mentor program where we focus on some of our students of color, and we do some identity building with them, and then we also do some academic guidance, and we go on field trips with the students. So it's very, very positive building for this group of students. And last, another Jamie McLaughlin project here is we do Raising Highly Capable Kids, which used to be called the All-Star Parent Program. And so where we educate our parents, those that come in, and it's tailored to meeting the specific family needs and covering topics like understanding the school process and how to help out their students. So, and of course, all our targeted case managers are on board with trying to recruit these parents to attend. They also provide food, and the food is provided done by right across the street over here by our wonderful, oh my gosh, culinary. Thank you, culinary program.
Pedro, question, do you know, I know that's like a 6-week program that's going to be happening. Do you have any idea when that's going to?
I do, actually. Let me see if I can.
Click the link?
Yeah, click the link.
Someone can click it for you.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, and if we scroll down.
Is it in the fine print that I couldn't read?
There it is. So in the fall, October 29th, November 5th, 12th, 19th, December 3rd, and the 10th.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's here at PV
I
High School.
overlooked that.
Yeah. All right, now if we can get back to the other page, that'd be fantastic. All right, thank you. Whoop. All right, so to say that I am super excited about this page, I can't even share how excited I am. Because as an administrator, to be able to have this data that you see up here and more, this is just a snapshot of some of the data, that is continuous, that gets updated daily, is incredible. Up here you will see, and I just want to focus on the little component that says increase from 66.9% data confirmation. That's a huge number. 66.9% is the data confirmation from last year. And that right there is all our unduplicated numbers, and it's how we get funded. So to a certain extent, right? And so this year, because of this page that was created by Kate Ori and provided to all our schools and our targeted case managers and Jamie McLaughlin, everybody coming together to target, to make sure all our parents that we made contact with them so that we could get data confirmation to that level is incredible. It is truly a unified effort to make this happen, and this could not have happened without that data analyst position and this grant. Now, here's the beauty of this. Later on, I will be discussing, well, wait a minute here, you guys paid for this position, right, out of this grant. How do we continue to fund it? Well, the beauty in all this is this right here is improving attendance. And of course, our funding is guided by attendance. So just want to bring that up there. I also want to bring to your attention, you will see the third column there. It says students with disabilities. I want to let you know that that is in this page because that is something that Chico Unified keeps track of because it's important to us. But in the subsequent pages, that is omitted because it's not a metric warranted or provided within the grant. So I just want to make that absolutely clear that you won't see that metric there, but you'll see others.
Pedro, can I add something?
Yes,
Oh,
please.
Thank you. I've been at some of the elementary sites just doing visits, and I believe I was at LCC, and it was like a competition. We're like, we only need 4 more pairs. We only need 4 more pairs. We're going to get 100%. We're going to get 100% data confirmation. Come on, you guys, let's do this. And they're just so motivated to reach out and make that contact. It was a beautiful sight to see.
Well, yes. Imagine being at a school site and being able to say, we made contact with every single parent. And if they needed something, we could provide it to them. In itself, that is amazing. And so it's not something that, it's very difficult to keep track of those things. And of course, with this page here, it just makes things, it's right in your face every single day. You can click it, oh, where are we? Oh, we got to get better. And you kind of do. So just want to throw that out there. Yeah.
I just want to know, maybe I'm the only one up here that doesn't, but could you tell me what a Kelvin student is?
Oh, yes, I can. So Kelvin students are, we do a Kelvin survey, which is the SCL component of making, checking up on our students, making sure that they're doing well, they like being at school, they feel supported at school, they feel supported by teachers, and it's a survey that goes out. I'll be talking about that here shortly. But
so
yes.
They're not opposite or not related to Celsius students?
No. But but I like the joke. All right. So the next page, here is something that's I feel is pretty kind of cool. It's the reset days. And just to let you know, part of the grant is for me to present what was reported that had to be reported on October 30th. And so you will see here as well the date that says as of 10/10, because I like to do things early and submit things in advance. And so that's when I turned this in, was on 10/10 per se. So just want to let you know with that. And it did not get updated here in this presentation because I let them know this is what was going to be presented to the school board. All right, so but some highlights. You will see the reset room. In terms of days, you had 89 at the high school. Of course, that was the 24-25 school year. For comparison, you will see that in the 23-24, you only had 4 days, but that's because we didn't have the LCSSP grant and you didn't have the reset teachers in there. And then, interestingly enough, as of 10/10, the high schools had only used it once. So, just want to let you know. But look at the targeted case manager home contacts. That is just out of control. So in all of 24-25 school year, you had 2,418, but 25-26 as of 10/10, meaning we still got the rest of the year to make additional home contacts. You had over 3,200, which is incredible. They are working themselves to the max. So yeah, there's a lot of caring involved. And I think that's the part of, sometimes it's not seen. And I'm hoping that today you do get to see that in order to do some of this, there's a lot of heart, there's a lot of passion, there's definitely a lot of caring and trying to make sure that things get done. And this could not be done without, a lot of heart and a lot of caring. So my hat goes off to everybody involved here that's been doing this. Yes. You want me to go back?
No, don't go back, but on slide 11, now see, yours aren't numbered, and I'm looking at program outcomes, parental involvement.
I will get there.
And on what I have in front of me, there's the statistics, if you read across, on the socioeconomically disadvantaged student population, there's a significant decrease in the numbers.
So we're not to that one yet.
We're not there yet.
We're at 7.
Your slides are not numbered.
Yeah, so he's on number 7.
You did that just to confuse
Just for you.
this board member. So I'll be quiet until you get to number 7. No, you're on number 7 until you get to 11.
Okay.
And then don't forget me.
Or I won't. Although mine aren't numbered either, so I will forget. Yeah. But there's plenty of us to remind each other. All right, with the next one, program outcomes and attendance. And so as we go through this data, I just want to be very, very clear. I'm just going to highlight the main, because you could do major dives into all this data, but let's just get to the nitty gritty. So district-wide attendance has remained consistently strong between 91 to 94% over the past 4 years, with only minor fluctuations. Overall attendance for all students has held steady between 23 to 24 at 93.4%, and then to 24-25 school year, holding at 93.3%, which reflects stable engagement. So with attendance. With regards to program outcomes on chronic absenteeism, you will see it shows steady and significant improvement. District-wide, decreasing from 27.1% from the 21-22 school year to 16.8% in the 23-24 school year. Keep this in mind. When more kids are coming to school, you can't help but know that they are learning. And that will definitely show somewhere in the future that kids are learning. So I'm just planting that seed. Yeah.
which is actually, I think it's the only one that isn't improved from 21, 22. But can you remind us how many foster youth we have? I would imagine part of that is because, when you have a smaller pot, even one difference has a percentage-wise, it has more of a
Yes,
impact.
that is correct. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it's
Okay.
something that we can get for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what I did think was interesting, though, was on the slide that you were on with absenteeism.
Uh-huh.
But they have shown significant drops in chronic absenteeism.
Yeah, and if you recall, too, in the previous slides, you will have noticed that the contact rate with targeted case managers in that amount, and you just can't help but go, whoa, is that a correlation? I couldn't tell you. All I can tell you is that has substantially decreased as of 10/10. And so hopefully we have the new numbers, and we'll see later on in the future exactly to the extent of it. But, as it was shared earlier this evening, that you already see chronic absenteeism at Fairview going way, way down, which is another kudo to that school. All right. Program outcomes with regards to school climate, outcomes of the social emotional learning has been consistent per se from the 21-22 school year to the 24-25 school year. So that's what and then when you look at the 10/10 column, you will see favorable results across all subgroups, which is what we want. Kids feel safer about coming to school. You will also see an increase in attendance across the board. So, look at Foster from 64.3% to 80.7% from 24 to 10/10. This is some pretty cool things. Just a little junior high pulse, because I used to be a junior high principal, just throwing this out there. But with kids at the junior high level, they are extremely honest, because I don't know if they know how to not speak their mind at times. And so with just a little thing out there, you'll see the 25-26 school year, you'll see that percentage of students responding favorably within the PULSE, which is Kelvin's survey, and the PBIS, and how it's affecting school culture. You'll see that 92.56% of our students responded favorably. So that's pretty impressive numbers. Parental involvement, and once again, targeted case manager contact rates have remained relatively stable over time, fluctuating between 12 to 15%, and then for all students, and settling in at 12.6%. If you look at that top line as of October 2025, indicating steady outreach across all levels. Now, I think there would be a thank you. I do believe that there is on this slide right here, parent outcome, parent levels, that 17.7%, you'll see that kind of on the low side, but you got to remember that's as of 10/10. So that's only going to keep going.
You got to my slide.
Yep.
Yep. And, we had talked about this discrepancy. My concern was that the socioeconomically disadvantaged student group hadn't scored as many contacts as the others. And, all of the stuff that we deal with as far as closing gaps and things like behavior issues, where the Parent STARS program, where our folks are going in to help parents help their kids.
Yeah.
And so I was looking for an explanation as to why those percentages are low, and just bring attention to the fact that it concerned me.
Okay. Just to be very clear, you will see that for every single column, there was a year to work on that. And we got, let's say, if you look at the 24-25 school year all the way down, we covered 19.3% of our socioeconomically disadvantaged students. We had a whole year to cover that. We currently have 17.7% of them as of 10/10. So we still have another 6 months, I believe, to make contacts with that population of students.
And you don't see that there is an indication that targeting that group a little more closely would be something we might want to do?
Oh, absolutely. That's something that we're going to continue to do. What this just shows is that that number is only going to climb, the contact rate, because that's as of 10/10.
And can I ask a quick question about this data to make sure we're talking about the same thing?
Yeah.
When it says, say, 17.7% as of 10/10, does that mean that they've contacted 17.7% of all the families that fall in that designation?
That is correct.
All right. And
Yeah.
SED is a much larger
It
pool.
is.
So
Yeah.
it makes sense that number's going to be smaller.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I still, those are the kids we need to target.
Yeah.
My opinion. So anything that we can do to support our targeted case managers with time and assistance, because they're our boots on the ground. I mean, those are the people that knit together the school and the students. So it's not that I'm not totally in support of the targeted case managers. I am. They are amazing.
Yes, they are.
And it's just a concern.
All right.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
So are they separated? Because I would think that if you're homeless, you're also socioeconomically disadvantaged.
Yes.
But do they have to pick a category? Like, is socioeconomically disadvantaged not homeless?
Some can be, absolutely.
Okay. So it
Yeah.
gets a little muddy there.
It can get a little muddy,
muddy.
yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, my question is, so Member Robinson, did you have I'm assuming you had a separate conversation with Pedro about who was being contacted? Because when it shows the CUSD targeted case manager home contacts, I'm not seeing that divided up into the different groups. It's just a total.
Yeah.
So last year, there was 2,400, about 2,400 contacts, and this year it's a little over 3,200
Yep.
so far. Do you have the case manager home contacts? Are they divided up?
They are.
Okay.
Yes,
And it's
yeah.
just not in here?
Correct, yeah.
Okay,
Now,
so
when-
this was, I'm like, how did you know that? But, so you had a separate conversation.
Let me explain that separate conversation. I asked for an explanation of why those numbers were low, and Mr. Cadera pointed out that there was still quite a bit of time to make those contacts and bring them up. That was the extent of our exchange of information.
Oh, yeah. I was just curious how, I thought I'd missed something in these slides. I'm like, where
Nope,
is it?
nope, you're not
So-
missing anything.
Okay, I was just, thank you for clarifying
Yeah,
that. And then also, I just wanted to say that, obviously, the all students is the largest group, and then the next largest group would be your socioeconomically
Yeah.
disadvantaged.
Mhm.
And then I'm assuming it would go English learner, foster, and then homeless.
Yeah.
Is
Mhm.
that
Yeah,
correct?
that would.
Okay.
Okay. Next slide.
Yeah, so in the future, it just might be nice to see an N next to each of these categories, just so we kind of know what we're dealing with.
Say that one more time, please.
So in the future, it might be nice to see an N, a number,
Oh,
next to
okay.
each of these
Yeah.
categories, just so we kind of know what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if the contacts are divided up, that would have been a nice slide to see,
Mhm.
like, this is how many of our foster youth we've contacted, how many homeless kids that we've had that targeted case manager outreach to.
Yeah.
Anyway.
With the next page, just to move forward with this, from the 21st, 22nd, from the 21st, 2021 to 2022 through 24-25 social emotional contacts by counselors and counseling assistants increased overall across all student groups, reflecting stronger student engagement and support efforts. So that's what you see up here. Once again, some amazing work from our counselors as well. So, future, because I'm going to give you guys some bad news right now, but some good news. So the bad news is I do not think we're going to qualify for this grant in 3 years because, quite frankly, we are making major strides. And we're becoming a little bit more purposeful and intentional with what we do because of the data. And so it drives a lot of our decisions, and it's able to focus our energies where things might be most needed. So with that, just want to throw this out there in terms of future goals and sustainability. So the first one is braided funding approach. So the LCSSP is integrated with some of the MTSS grants, and then we might have to look into that to sustain initiatives like reset rooms, SCL programs, and ensuring continuation beyond 2027. With regards to improve attendance and increased revenue, efforts to improve attendance not only benefit students, but it also boosts our ADA. So it increases our funding, so reinforcing our program longevity and being able to support some of the initiatives that we have up here. And then data-driven adjustments, like I said before, by having data and being able to make informed decisions and proceed forward with the purpose. That's huge, and that's all because of Tableau, EduClimber, and once again, Kate Ori. And then institutionalizing best practices, CUSD is embedding trauma-informed practices, SEL, and equity-based interventions into district-wide professional development policy. Before I leave, I do want to go back to this wonderful page that I look at it every day. Because if you're not proud, you should be very proud of this. Very few schools in Northern California have anything close to this, where all administrators get all this information. And this is a brainchild of Tim Karras, so he's not here today, but I did want to also provide him a shout out. And with that, I am done. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Oh, this is for you. The question to your students with regards to how many foster youth? 56. Okay? Yeah.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other questions for Pedro or for the rest of our staff regarding this presentation? All right. Do we have any? What's that? Yeah, he's out. Do we have?
Tom, can I just add one thing?
Please,
back to Gail's point about seeing at LCC how the schools got so into contacting parents to get this data confirmation. It started with a very simple plea from Ed Services to, we need your help. And every school said, what do you need? We're here to help. And everybody from site administration to office staff to teachers to targeted case managers, you name it, doesn't matter who they were there to help. And it just started with a very simple and important plea for help. And they are a tremendous group of people that answered it. Yeah, they were great. So
that is great to hear, and that number is very impressive. That said, do we have any public comment regarding the Learning Communities for School Success program grants? All right, seeing none. This was an information-only item, so we're not going to take any action on it. Any last words on this one? All right, and thank you again, staff, and Mr. Caldera for bringing this to us. Appreciate it. And we're going to move on to item 921, business services. Our first item is the discussion about the Measure C charter school allocation. Ms. Kruger, what do you have for us?
Yeah, so I wanted to bring this forward this evening as a point of clarification. So at the last regular board meeting on October 15th, the board did take action to approve Sherwood's application in the amount of just over $5.6 million. At the time, we thought the remaining $1.8 million, almost $1.9 million, would go to Blue Oak. It was later determined there was a mathematical error, and so when we entered that into our tracking sheet, we actually realized that there's $1,001,000 still remaining. So I wanted to bring that back to the board in full transparency to let you know that those dollars are there, and looking to the board to determine next steps. We do have a deadline on the books right now for another round of applications, which would be due December 30th, which we didn't think was applicable at the end of the last meeting in October, but is now applicable for all charter schools who are eligible for Measure C to apply for that.
Okay, and just to be clear for the public, we did make an error, and there was a little bit of confusion as well in that when we acted regarding Measure C requests from charter schools for the group pot at our last regular meeting, we approved, like I said, the full amount for Sherwood, and then the language we used was the remaining 1.8 million or 1.9 million for Blue Oak. So we're a little stuck here in that the remainder is not 1.9 million. Now we've got to figure out what to do with that. Usually having extra money is a great thing, but it does feel a little bit like we didn't do the best job we could have at the last meeting, and that kind of puts us in a pickle about how to allocate this money, whether it goes to Blue Oak or back in the pot for any school to apply for. And given that, and that there is no real clear and obvious best way forward here, I would like to just go ahead and open this up for discussion unless you have any recommendations or suggestions about how we proceed.
No further thoughts or comments from my end.
We'll stick around, we'll have questions.
Yeah, the minutes that were approved did reference the 1.9 million specifically. So that's in the minutes that was approved by the board earlier this evening from an accounting perspective.
Yeah. But again, from an intent perspective, we said the remaining, which kind of, so again, we're in a pickle. And I'm happy to, if anybody has immediately a plan about what to do with this, I've got a couple ideas, but I'd love to hear from the rest of the board first.
Can you just repeat exactly what was said at the end of the last board meeting on that?
From the minutes of the last meeting? Perhaps Erica has that, otherwise we can certainly paraphrase it because we've been over it a little bit already. Erica, do you have the ability to pull up those minutes?
Stop.
And then center that so we can read it all, please. Thank you. Beautiful. So the amendment was made by, and that's where we're starting. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So just for the record, what we're looking at here is the motion on the floor is to choose option 1, which allocates the money to Sherwood Montessori to allocate the requested $5,604,476.00 for Sherwood Montessori Charter Project on the Chapman Elementary School site. A friendly amendment was made by Board Vice President Conkin to allocate the remaining $1,897,716. What was that, 18? Sorry, I need an eye exam. In the Measure C Charter Fund to Blue Oak Charter School. So that's where we're at right now. That motion passed as it was, and now we have to decide what to do with this new 1.01 million.
So I was hoping actually to see, I was hoping that somebody from Blue Oak might be here tonight, but perhaps you know the answer to this, Jacqueline. So if obviously $1 million is not inconsequential. That would be I'm sure it would be helpful just wondering if you have an idea of what their measure, their measure C, their measure K, like how does this impact their funding as far as, you know, what do they have compiled together if this $1,001,000 went? Do you know what that would be?
I think I know what you're asking. They do have remaining Measure K dollars left, even after the land purchase, and they have all of their Measure C, their 35% piece. They can apply for Prop 2, which is the state bond money, but that's a percentage of the scope of your project, right? So the project that was brought forward was about 22 million, and so there was an estimate in that proposal for the Prop 2 money, but that's based on a $22 million project.
I see.
Tricia, one of their board members, alluded to scaling back the project to a lesser dollar value, but that also means your Prop 2 dollars from the state are a lesser amount as well.
Right.
So I don't believe, even with the scaled back project, that an additional $1 million will get them a fully funded school on their land purchase. I think they're still going to be short. They did offer to get a private loan that they would pay for through their own funding. We would have to get verification that that would come through.
But what I'm remembering, and I can't count on my memory, but what I'm remembering Tricia to say is that if, you know, they had gone through scenarios at 13 million, and I'm again just recalling it was a $5 million loan, and I think about 200. Yeah, I'm sorry, 2.8 million from the measure, maybe Measure C and Measure K together, and then this was 1.9, so basically another 2 million. So I'm just trying. So what I'm hearing you say is Proposition 2 is a percentage of the total project. So if their total project is now scaled back to 13 million, what does Proposition 2 end up?
Typically, it's a 60-40 split. So 60% would be Prop 2 and 40% would be a local match, of which Blue Oak could use their Measure K and or Measure C dollars for that 40%.
So if you're looking at 13 million, what's 40% of 13 million? Just a moment, please. So that would be 5,200,000. If they had, so they would need to come up, if they scaled it back to 13 million, they need to, that 40% would be 5,200,000. This is just, I want to know this, like how close are they to being able to, like if they in fact are able to put something together. Anyway, those are my questions. Thank you.
The funding sources that they listed on the application last month were 1.3 million from Measure K, 920,000 from Measure C, and a $5 million loan, and then the rest being asked for the 15 million out of that greater Measure C pot. That was on their application from last month.
Mr. President? Yes, please.
I don't know whether you consider this comment or question, but they talked about having Mr. Galloway, I believe, and working with them to scale back the project and see, you know, if they could somehow or other match the funding that they were hoping would be available. We are in November, and in order for us to make a decision about what to do with that almost $2 million, it bothers me that we don't have more information and that we don't have representatives from Blue Oak here. My inclination is that we do what we did at the last meeting, except add the almost $2 million to our motion to leave it available to Blue Oak until we get to the end of December. Would you entertain a motion.
I want to make sure we've heard from everybody before we take a motion, but
Sure.
I will certainly turn to you first when it's time to
Yeah.
put a motion on the table,
No,
all right?
I
I think, yeah.
Yes, I would like to put a motion on the table.
Thank you.
I
Anybody
need
else?
cl-
Yeah.
I just need clarification, because I think I might have misheard or misunderstood. So can you just repeat what your motion is, Member Robinson?
Yeah, my motion is to follow the minutes, which I believe say that we allocated Sherwood the five-something million.
Almost 6.
Yeah, almost 6.
And then 1.9 roughly.
And, well, there was more than that available for Blue Oak, because Sherwood didn't ask for the full amount that they, right?
Yeah, there was 1.9 left, and we allocated that, at the last meeting, we allocated that to Blue Oak.
Right. But that was before we knew that there had been a miscalculation and there needed to be another almost 2 million put in that pot.
So almost 1 million, it's like 1.01.
Thank you.
So let me just say what my understanding is.
Sure.
So one choice would be, because all the Measure C funds have to be applied for, and it's through the rubric process and blah, blah, blah. So one choice would be to say that $1,001,000 is going to be put out to all the charters, and they would have the opportunity to apply, and on December 1st, or 30th, pardon me, December 30th is the deadline, and they would need to have their application in, and then the applications would be scored and brought back to us, and there would probably be a recommendation. That's one choice. Or the other choice would be that it seems like the intention of the board was to fully fund Montessori, and then the balance of the Measure C dollars would go to Blue Oak. Because nobody else had applied for anything in the second round. And so that $1,001,000 would be going in addition to the basically 1.9 that Blue Oak already got. Those are the two choices that I'm thinking that we're discussing, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Yes.
I think you have completely captured all of the loose ends, and that does, in fact, meet the intent of what we did at the last meeting.
So that being said, what was your original motion?
Board member has just very accurately repeated my intent.
Which is to take the 1,001,000 and go ahead and just add it into the 1.9.
Yes.
And so that Blue Oak would be getting basically 2.9 million.
Because I heard you say that there are two options, but I didn't know which option was the motion, if that makes sense.
So there's no, I want to be clear, there's no motion on the table yet.
There's no motion.
But her idea is to add the 1.001 million into the 1.9 that was already allocated.
Yes.
And give the extra money that we found via the error to Blue Oak.
Yes.
The other option, which she is not advocating for, would be to just open that extra million up to all comers for the December deadline.
That's correct,
All right.
Mr. President.
And the reason we're not calling for a motion yet is because we have a couple steps left to take, and I do want to make sure that everyone on the board has a chance to ask any questions they want to ask.
Okay.
And I do, of course, since that sounds like we do have a motion, though, I want to also open it up real fast and to see if there is any public comment on this one. I recognize we don't have the interested parties here at this point, but if anybody else has a great idea we haven't heard yet, I love those. Okay, thank you. That said, yeah, let's go ahead and put a motion on the table so we can have this as a debate. So you want to move your motion?
Well, I don't have the numbers in front of me, and board member his does.
To be added to the 1.9 million, so that the error
says on November 3rd, 2025, we discovered a mathematical error that
Can we scroll down
resulted.
on the big screen for whoever's running that?
Oh, Daniel, would you mind scrolling that section there? On November 3rd, 2025, right there.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. My motion is to add the $1,001,001 to the $1,897,718 together, and make that continue available to Blue Oak until there is no cutoff. To make it available to Blue Oak.
Okay.
Period.
I'll second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Is there any further debate?
I was just going to mention, I think I'm going to stick with my original intent. And although there was a mathematical error, the intent of the evening in making the friendly amendment was to give the remainder. So that'll be how I vote.
I am conflicted on this one, I'll be honest, because I am not sure that with even 3 million, Blue Oak will be able to put together anything like the school they were envisioning. And I want to state that my number one priority in terms of charter schools after Inspire was and has been to get Blue Oak their own place. I don't like the place there, and I think it's a waste of public funds for them to be renting every month and fixing that place up. But I also know, or I've heard, potentially they have a couple other irons in the fire. And I don't think this is going to get them to the project they brought us last time. So honestly, a big part of me would like to see this go back into the pot and see them reapply with a new plan based on the fact that even if they get everything they want, they're only going to have roughly $3 million out of this pot and not the 12 million they asked for last time. That's going to be a drastic change in their plans.
Mr. Chairman, are you making a friendly amendment to our motion?
Right now I'm just debating.
Okay.
I'm just saying my piece.
Okay.
So what I would prefer to see, I think, is for us to say kind of informally, yeah, our priority next is Blue Oak to get them a home because we've tried repeatedly to do that. And to acknowledge that is our goal with this money, but that maybe this isn't the way, and we'd like to see them come back with a plan that addresses the actual amount of funding they're going to have available to do that.
So I'm just clarifying. So what I'm hearing you say is that perhaps you are going to vote no on this motion, and that would be why, is that you would like to see them come back at the December 30 deadline and have a revised plan so that we could look at it and have a more kind of educated approval.
I don't think the money here is going to get them where they want to go regardless. It's a small patch of land, and it's going to be hard to develop regardless. It's going to be expensive. And I don't want to just give them a check for a bunch of money without a real clear plan on how they're going to use it. I don't think they have one because we're not giving them enough to follow through with the plan they came with in the first place. So for that reason, I will be voting no.
I think it would be great to see a more developed plan too. So for that reason, I will be voting no.
I will also be voting no.
You can withdraw the motion if you would like. It's your motion.
Yes, that's correct. Mr. Chairman, I would like to withdraw my motion if the seconder allows it.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'd like to put forth a motion that we, which is in two parts. One, that we put this money back into the pot and announce to our charter school partners that we will be taking applications for the December deadline, and to make sure that we do reach out to Blue Oak and let them know that. And also that we agree that we would, that it is a priority of the board to see Blue Oak get a permanent home.
I second that motion.
Okay, on the motion on the table then, is to put the $1 million back in the pot, ask Blue Oak to return, but also open it to any other charter members who may be interested, and acknowledge the priority of the board for getting Blue Oak housed. Any questions, debates, or clarification on that one? I don't see any there. So let's go ahead and,
President Lando,
please.
Are you asking Blue Oak to do something as a result of your motion? Because what I heard was leave the money in the pot and the board acknowledges getting Blue Oak is a priority. Getting Blue Oak a new home is a priority.
Yes. I'm not asking them to do anything. I'm asking our staff to reach out and make sure that Blue Oak knows that the money is going back in the pot and they kind of have, that they are our priority, but that they need to reapply. So I'm not asking them to do anything. I'm asking you guys to reach out to them and let them know.
Certainly.
So you're putting that as a part of your motion to
directing staff to reach out and make sure that Blue Oak knows, because in the past we've had some communication issues with them.
So.
Okay, sorry.
I don't feel like the reaching out was a part of the motion.
Okay, fair enough.
I think how I interpreted this motion is that now the ball's back in Blue Oak's court. And that, to me, like, yes, every single charter in the district could apply for that $1,001,000 because it's in the pot. And if Blue Oak, it seems to me then now the burden is on Blue Oak to put together some sort of package that seems like it's going to be workable for the district to support. That's the way I'm taking that motion.
Yeah, you're right.
And if Blue Oak chooses not to apply for the $1,001,000, well, I guess so be it.
And you're right, and I did not mean to add extra things onto the motion. I appreciate that clarification.
And I will say, as the directive, we will ensure that communication is done well to Blue Oak and all of the charters.
Correct.
Appreciate that.
We'll make sure that Blue Oak understands where we're coming from.
So,
however, I'm certainly hoping that Blue Oak bothers to look at this meeting, because I think President Lando has gone the extra mile to say, we'd like to help you out, but there's only so much we can do. Ultimately, they have to put together something, and they need to come back and show us. And whether or not that happens, I don't know.
So just to clarify, the motion is put the $1,001,000 back out.
Correct.
For the December deadline. That's the shortened version. That's not the official motion, but yes?
Yes.
And then your directive to staff is make sure communication is done well. Yes.
And I would say that there was a second part of my motion. And if you guys want me to break it up into two different motions, I can certainly do that. But I would like to just reiterate as a board formally that we would like to see Blue Oak, that getting Blue Oak in a permanent facility is a priority of the board. And I don't know.
So saying that it's a priority doesn't mean that
Doesn't mean they're definitely
it
going to win.
doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Yeah. It just means it's on our radar and something that we would like to see happen.
So from an evaluation perspective, we do have a rubric for these applications that are approved by the board. So I think I'm a little unclear when I hear, and the board's priority is to secure a new home for Blue Oak, but we have rubrics based on all the elements of their application on the feasibility of the project.
We do. And yet, we can still make a public statement that we're in support of Blue Oak finding a place to be.
Okay, but we're still following our existing rubric that we have. It's
Yes,
already been
absolutely.
Correct. Okay, thank you for clarifying.
But last time we had this conversation, the kind of reason I said that is last time we had this conversation, we basically weighed two not similar, but analogous sort of ideas. And it'd be nice if the board had a list of, hey, all else being equal, and if they score similarly on the rubric, what do we care the most about?
And I feel fine with that. Like, I don't think that the board or the district is tied to something yet. I think everybody's going to have a chance to apply, and if it still looks impossible, then the board has the privilege and duty to vote how their conscience. And I feel
feel confident that this board will do that.
Yeah, I'm certainly not trying to, the intent of the motion is in no way to change or supersede the rubric.
Well, and again, this is Blue Oak's opportunity to really just step up and present something that kind of is worthy, for lack of a better word.
Viable.
Phrase, yeah, and viable. And if it's not that they're not a priority, it's just that based on
the rubric,
the strongest one is going to win, typically. So.
So it sounds like, though, I just want to be clear, because I want to make this clear for Erica, for the minutes and everything, but it sounds like we have two different things happening. So for clarity, I think we should have two separate things. One is, this is what's happening with the money with December 30th. The other one is a separate comment, motion, however you want to work that as a board, would be the priority of Blue Oak. Okay, can we make one, the motion for that, and then the comment motion for the other one? So it's clear in the minutes.
I mean, I think it would be clear regardless, but I hear that you're asking for two separate motions, and that's fine with me.
Okay.
And that's fine with me as this person who seconded.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So let's go ahead, and I would like to amend my motion then to simply be that we return the newly found $1,001,000 into the Measure C pot. That's the motion.
I second it.
All right. Any comment on that one? All right. In that case, for the sake of time, I'm going to go straight ahead to calling the vote, and I would like to do a roll call, a named vote. I'm going to start with you, Member Olson, this time, and we'll go to the right, okay?
All right. Olson, aye.
Conkin, nay.
Lando, aye.
Hayes, aye.
Robinson, aye.
All right, that is a pass 4-1. And then I would like to make a motion that the board, in a non-binding but supportive way, recognizes the importance of getting a permanent home for Blue Oak.
I'll second it.
Any debate on that one?
I'm not sure I completely understand the intentions or like the non-binding.
Yeah,
I mean, it seems like we just have a spirit of this, or?
Yeah, well, honestly, my intent here is that I know Blue Oak felt kind of shorted last time, both by the communication and by the decision we made. And while I think the board made the decision that it made in good faith and taking everything in, I still want to let them and the public know that this is a priority for us and that we are concerned about getting them a good facility.
So why are we voting? I'm a little unclear on the voting aspect of this.
Just put it out in public that we do still support them and finding them a home.
So in that regard, I'm hearing Rebecca, and actually at the the October 1st, I believe it was, meeting. I think I'm going to withdraw my second, and I'm going to tell why. At the October 2nd meeting, or first meeting, I remember Rebecca at the end of that meeting saying that for her, the idea of an SRO is not going away simply because of what the presentation was. And kind of, I'm thinking, is that kind of your point with this one, that you can make a public statement of support without it being a board motion? Like, you didn't motion that, but you did make it clear to the board and to the public that this was where your thoughts were.
I guess yes, and also to further that, I think in my attempts with my friendly amendment, at the last meeting, albeit it was not the correct dollar amount, but that was my encouragement and attempt to say, we support you, we hear you, we understand this isn't the full amount that you're requesting, but we want to see this move forward. And although it's not the dollar amount you need, that was my motion of encouragement support. So I don't see any point in doing this.
You don't see it as necessary, I hear that.
I don't see it as
Okay,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I will vote either way.
Yeah, well, there's
I've
no second right now.
rescinded my second,
Yeah.
so if somebody else wants to second, they may.
All right, so I'm going to wait about 30 seconds, see if a second pops up after we all thought about it. But it seems like one's not coming. That was not 30 seconds. And that's all right. Okay, it looks like the motion has died, and that happens sometimes. Are there any further motions on this item? All right, seeing none, I'm going to go ahead and move us on to item 931. We are now into the board section of the meeting. 931 is informational only. It is a discussion regarding the changes to Assembly Bill that Assembly Bill 1390 will cause related to compensation for board members in accordance with Ed Code 35120. So this is one that I brought up, so you mind if I just talk a little bit? I mean, surprise, surprise, guys, I'm going to talk a little bit.
Go right ahead.
That said, 1390 was an Assembly Bill. It is now law. It changes the maximum compensation allowable. Currently, school boards trustees are compensated for their time in a tiered fashion based on the size of the school district. With the smallest school districts, members get, I believe, $60, and the largest, they can get up to $2,000. And Chico Unified falls in the range of students for which the trustees earn $400 per month. With the passage of this law, that maximum increases to $2,000 as the max that they can that school board members can be compensated for their work. And I put this on the agenda for a number of reasons. First of all, when legislature first agreed to compensation for school boards, $400 a month was a very different number. That was 1984. $400 went much further. One of the reasons then for compensation for school board members was that we didn't only want independently wealthy or families with only one kind of dynamic to be able to serve. And in the past, we have seen people on fixed incomes serve on this board. We have seen single parents serve on this board. And I think it is good for the community and good for our constituents that we have a multitude of types and backgrounds of voices on the board. And I do believe that some kind of compensation, and we've had entrepreneurs on the board as well, right? People who are giving up time that they could be running their own businesses to do this. And I think it's valuable. I think it does widen the pool of people who are willing to consider this service. I have a number in mind, and I'll put it out there. It's not a motion yet because we're still having discussion, but I just popped this into the U.S. Labor Bureau's inflation calculator, and adjusted for inflation, $400 from 1984 comes out to, I believe, $1,274 and 98 cents. So 1275. So if the intent of the legislature back in '84 was, hey, here's how much spending power you ought to be able to have, I think it's a good place to start. I will also say that a former board member wrote in and said we could potentially attach that number to the lowest hourly wage that we pay one of our own employees. And her calculations, based on the number of hours she saw board members working, would have put us right around just a little over 1,000. I think it was 1,050 was in the public comment. So we have a number of ideas and ways we could do this if we're interested in increasing it at all. And with that, I would love to hear any discussion or questions from the board.
And Mr. President, I just want to make sure this is an informational item only. There will be no motions tonight.
No.
Yeah.
The plan for today is just to say, hey, this bill was enacted. It's now law. Starting January, compensation can change. And since we're having our governmental organization meeting in December anyhow, that would be a reasonable time to talk about, to make a vote. So let's have the conversation ahead of time.
Mr. President, I'd like to put out there a request of staff to prepare a resolution for the board to act on in December that says that our intent is, well, I'm not going to suggest what the words are, but the intent is that the board wishes to act on the impact of Assembly Bill 1390 and bring it up for discussion and action at the December meeting, and just have it prepared for us to vote on with no specific dollar amount. Leave that blank. And then in December, we'll make that decision and vote.
I think that seems reasonable. Member Hayes is trying very hard to turn her microphone on, and it's not going. There we go.
Oh, it did, okay, sorry. So I have a question about that. Superintendent, is that what you were hoping for, or were you actually really hoping for a number?
I'm sorry,
I was just curious.
I do want to hear what you have to say, but I really want to caution us against picking a number today, because that would look a lot like taking action when it's not on the agenda.
Yes.
So, sorry.
Well, I mean, it's ultimately your decision to make. I think that some robust discussion could take place today to sort of narrow the field down a little bit. I mean, if, but if ultimately you don't want to do that, that's okay. Then you can do it in December.
Well, I don't disagree that we could have well, what I want to say is I do support there being a substantial increase in the stipend, and I'm going to say that I agree. This is important work, and having the number be substantial enough that it would broaden appeal to a greater number of people would be a good thing. And it's not the fact that it hasn't, Jacqueline, I don't know if you know this. So President Lando, you said that in 1984 it was decided that boards should be compensated. Since 1984, has the number for Chico Unified been the $400 amount? Do you know? Or has that changed?
It has not changed.
So.
Yeah, my understanding is it hasn't changed. If staff knows otherwise, I'd be happy to hear that.
No, it has not.
Okay.
It
So
hasn't changed.
I happen to know because, Greg Ford shared in his negotiations update earlier in the month that since 2017, at least CUTA has seen basically a 34% raise in its, just from 2017. So when you go back to 1984, for the board to have been at $400 a month, to have had 0% raise from 1984 to now, and by the way, when CUTA, to correct me if I'm wrong, the amount that CUTA has earned, likewise the other bargaining units have also earned. So our administrators, our CSEA, since 2017, they've realized a 34% raise just from 2017. So I look at it and I say, this is reasonable and this is valuable work. And one way to value it is with actual compensation. It's not the only way to value it. And I think I appreciate how staff treats us, and the superintendent, takes the time to make sure that we have information. That's another way of valuing this. And money wouldn't replace the other. But I think if you're trying to make it more possible for people from all walks of life to do this, I think this is one way. And I think it's overdue. And I hope that I like President Lando's idea of saying, well, what did $400 buy in 1984? What would that equate to in 2025 dollars? And it's still under that $2,000. I mean, the legislature said you should be getting, or you could get up to $2,000. I also want to point out that the city of Chico, the council members, went through this several years ago too, that the state had only, that there was only so much money for a city of Chico's size. Council members, their stipend was set for a long time. And the state recognized, again, this is important work, and they valued it. And the city of Chico voted to increase that stipend to the maximum that the state allowed. So for the public, there's nobody here that's doing this for the money. That's not, obviously at $400 a month. And that won't change regardless of whether that is increased, right? So I just think that, I like the way that President Lando framed that.
Can I add just something?
Please.
First of all, it seems really awkward sitting up here talking about basically potentially giving ourselves a raise. But I think I have some mixed thoughts on this. But one thing I think it's important to be fully transparent about to the public is that we all also do receive benefits, healthcare benefits, which I wasn't even aware of that prior to running for office. But we have a family of 6, and there's great value in that as well. So I don't want to discount that, and I think it's important to make the public aware that we are recipients of healthcare insurance and full benefits in that regard. So just a point of to mention.
Absolutely.
I'll piggyback onto that because, yes, we do get benefits, but I know that my out-of-pocket expense for my benefits was insane this month. So that was just a real eye-opener. And I know it's insane for everyone. I was talking with Charlie at CUTA, and medical benefits, as we know, are insane. But I'm not going to necessarily beat a dead horse too much. But in every profession there is at least a cost of living increase, and there hasn't even been that in this case. And I do feel that the board, it's not just about sitting up here. It's making decisions. It's about the homework that we do even before getting up here, the meetings that we have to get clarification before we get up here, the contacts that we make with parents, the site visits. There's the trainings, right? There's a lot to it. So I am in agreement that we deserve a raise, if you want to call it that. But I also don't think we should just pick a rabbit out of the hat and be like, oh, I think it should be this much. I like the idea of some kind of a concrete formula or connection with that.
And what Member Hayes said is that no one is doing this for the money. And to that point, I know our other local nonpartisan elected bodies, the county supervisors and the city council, they do. They make enough, 62 for the city and 120-something for the county supervisor, and they do more work, put on more time or expected to. But still, a stipend of, even $2,000 is not enough for anybody here to live on. We're not doing this because this is our full-time job. But it is, again, my hope is that a stipend both recognizes the work that sitting trustees do and also makes the idea of serving this capacity more palatable to people who might otherwise be on the fence.
Mr. President, you just hit the point that I want to support, and I think that we would open the gate for more younger parents with younger children, and it just is so expensive with daycare and the other things, and the number of meetings that we attend if we have small children. We're going to be out of pocket a lot more than $2,000 a month for childcare, and to put that issue as a bar for anyone to run and not run, I don't think is appropriate. I support the 2,000.
Well, and I will say, I'm going to piggyback off of something that Member Conkin said. I'm going to say that actually, while we in fact would benefit from this, I don't see this as we're giving ourselves a raise. We're giving board members a raise, and some of us may be here next year, and some of us may not. And what I believe this does is incentivize others to come join in this really valiant work.
And I agree. That's probably my strongest point of support is ensuring that the future board is well supported and that we attract the highest quality of applicants. So, and not have it be limited by financial constraints. So,
yes.
Because you're right, it's probably going to affect us the least amount, or for those who are currently on the board.
So before we go any further, I do want to ask if there's any public comment on this item. Love to hear what you guys think about it, honestly.
We have 2 publics tonight.
3.
So many publics.
You said at the very beginning, and I was kind of pacing back here, but can you repeat the part at the very beginning, Mr. Orlando, when you said that there were 2 different trains of thought you had about coming up with a number? One was based off the inflation rate?
One based off inflation.
What was the second?
The second one was actually provided by a previous board member, Caitlin Dalby, wrote in a public comment, and her logic was that our lowest hourly rate for an employee with anywhere within Chico Unified was $17.50 per hour, and then she estimated the amount of work that a board member might do in a number of hours, and I don't remember her exact calculation.
Sure.
But I believe it came out, and it should be attached to something like $1,050.
Okay.
It was 1,065.
1,065.
Yeah, I found it, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's that you made an interesting point about wanting to connect it. I think it's important that you're connecting it to the important work that you're doing, because it is, and also the staff members that you represent as well. A lot of those staff members work in classrooms directly with my son, and their work, selfishly, is really important to my family, to my son, and I would love to see both of those numbers increase across the board, but I think that's a good starting point, is using that rubric in addition to the inflation rate as well.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for the comment. One of the things that I would say is I do think it's nice to not just have something that we pull out of the hat, and I'm not in support of simply saying that because the state gave this $2,000 figure, that doesn't, I don't feel like, well, let's do that. Because I do think it needs to be something more objective than subjective. I mean, we could just say, oh, let's just do it because the state says this. But I do think tying it. And while, Mandy, I know, is your child at Loma Vista? Hooker Oak. Oh, Hooker Oak. Okay. All of our schools are amazing, right? I just think we have great staff. And my point, again, is that those staff members have, since 1984, they haven't been stuck at their 1984 wages, right? And I think that I like the objectivity of that, of the inflation rate.
Well, and I will also say that there was a significant debate about the numbers in 1390 at the state level as well. Some of the rationale there, just someone thinks we are pulling numbers randomly. They said, okay, inflation, but also the amount of hours and time and the internet and public yelling at that we get to deal with has changed a lot from 1984, right? The role of a school board member has changed, and the time, the hourly commitment per month has also increased since 1984, and that was part of the, and I'd be happy to share out the rationale that was, I think it was, I have it right here. Trying to remember the name of the original author. Jose Luis Salache from Linwood was the the person who put this up from the assembly, and he's got a whole essay about, his rationale. So there's rationale there too for the 2,000, if that is the will of the board. So again, there's a lot of ways we could go. This is not an action item. That said, I think that it would be probably prudent of staff to have a resolution ready for next time, in case we do decide to take action on this when it is an action item. Is there any other comment or clarification or direction for staff would like to provide?
No, just that Jacqueline, if you were paying 5 board members $1,000 or $1,200 or $2,000 a month, are you going to be able to pay the electricity as well?
So if it doubles, I mean, right now, it's about $24,000 for the year for the board members for the wages piece of it. And Rebecca Conklin spoke to the medical side, that would stay stagnant, that the district pays for that piece of it. So if you double just to pick arbitrary numbers, I'm not suggesting anything, to go from 400 to 800, right? We would go from 24,000 up to 48,000. So that's kind of the financial impact to the district.
And what is your reserve?
Our reserve can handle $24,000. Yes.
The lights will stay on.
That's what my point is that I'm pretty certain that we'd be okay even if it tripled it. I mean, if we did 1,200, that would be 3 times the 400. So anyway, thank you.
Thank you very much. It was a useful discussion, hopefully instructive. Definitely gave me a lot to think about before the December meeting, where I believe this will be on as an action item. Anything else on this one before we take it away? Okay. In that case, thank you all very much, and I appreciate you, public, as well. This is something that the voters are going to get to have an opinion about this, right? We're having an election next year, and if we do this, people are certainly going to go out and say, "Hey, they voted to give themselves a 5,000% raise," or whatever, even if it's turns out to be an extra $500. I know that math does not work, I promise. That said, if you're all comfortable, we're going to move on to the next item. Okay, I see no objection to that. We're going to call that item closed. Staff, do you have a pretty good idea what we're asking for you to do in terms of 931? I see some nods over there. We'll take it as a yes. Okay. Item 9.3.2 was also informational. We just wanted to have a quick discussion regarding the election of officers in preparation for next month's organizational meeting. I cannot believe that it is almost December already. We will shuffle up the officers. It's been a joy and a blur to be president for a year. Really, it's gone so, I don't know about you guys, this has gone so fast this year. It's kind of fascinating to me. But often, when we have our organizational meetings in December, there's a lot of humming and hawing and oohing and ahhing about who's going to have the gavel and the vice presidency and the clerk next time. So what I'd like to do is simply ask if right now off the cuff anybody thinks that they would like to be an officer on the board next year, if you're thinking about that. Yeah, of any sort. Okay. I'm willing to do that. I will say right up, since again I've got the pulpit right now, I guess. I do not intend to be the president next year. I really want to get back to the norm of the presidency being pro forma and something that we just rotate around so everyone gets a chance to run the meetings, to have a little more input on the agenda perhaps, though of course the agenda is decided by the whole team still. I think that is a much more egalitarian and fair way to do it than having it be a really tense, my side is right kind of argument like it was for a couple of years around COVID especially. That was really uncomfortable, and I think it didn't serve our district or our constituents terribly well. So with that said, I would be happy to serve in some capacity if that was needed. I have no interest in being president next time around.
Well, on that note, I really would love to support. I'm hoping that Rebecca would be willing to run for president because you've served as vice president this whole year. You've had the presidential training. You've been 4th year, I think that it would be really appropriate, and I think that would be great. And I also understand, having been nominated for president for my association, how it's like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. But I do think that would be great, and I'm also really grateful and that Gail is doing the presidential training in December. But I know that I'm not going to be doing it. So while I'd be happy to serve as a member or as an officer, it won't be in the role of president. So that's my 2 cents.
And yeah, it is worth pointing out that we do have the CSBA, which offers the presidential training, which will happen before our organizational meeting. So anyone who wants to has a chance to do that.
And I'm not doing that. I'm doing the legal training because that really interests me.
Yeah.
And I have no intention of doing that presidential training this time. So
Plan on attending the advanced governing, just to kind of
There
get a
you
better
go.
idea of how we can make these meetings work more effectively for our community. That said, that was kind of off topic. In the past, at our organizational meetings, we have offered people a chance to give like a 1-minute spiel about why they would like to be president or vice president or clerk. So I guess what I'd like to say mostly here is be thinking about that. And when we get to that, if you want to offer up, I'll give everybody the chance to offer up their rationale and qualifications. But this is kind of just a forewarning. If you're interested in that, or you've been mentioned because somebody wants you to do it, it's a good time to start thinking about whether that's something you can take on.
I'll make a quick comment, and thank you for your trust in me. I don't know that I have that same level of trust in myself, so thank you. I definitely would like to have an opportunity to just chat with my family about this. This is obviously, as a busy mom, this comes at a cost to my family, so I need to take into consideration what additional toll that might take on them. So thank you, and if possible, I'd love to just think about this idea for a little more. And I know this is not voting in any way tonight, but
Well, and I want you to know, I know that you're not going to be, the nice thing about being president is you're not doing it on your own. I mean, not only do you have your board, but you have, I know that Superintendent Blake is going to, help whomever takes this on. I mean, Tom had never done it before, and now he has, and I think he did a great job, and so.
And Member Robinson has been president numerous times in her distinguished tenure, and would surely be a good resource for anybody who's interested in that as well.
Member Robinson has absolutely no intention of ending my 14 years on the board with serving as president. Been there, done that. And as a warning, well, Tom, you would know, it does increase the number of hours that you spend serving the board and the board's responsibilities. It's huge. It's huge. And I do not intend to either run for re-election or serve as board president next year.
And I was simply saying that you might be willing to act as a resource for anybody who is president next year.
Oh,
because you've been president with a number of boards, with a number of compositions.
Yes.
And I appreciate your wisdom and experience.
Always available.
And I will add that I am going to the president's piece of CSBA, not with the idea that I would actually be the president, because I have not even a year under my belt right now. So as far as qualifications and experience, obviously you would be the most excellent choice. And yet I truly understand, family's first, right? And so you gotta have those hard conversations and make that hard decision. So, I would be happy and scared to take that on if it is in the best interest for you and your family for you not to, if that makes sense. Yeah, okay.
All right, it sounds like we have a pretty good idea what the lay of the land might look like in terms of people who are willing to serve in various capacities. Again, I don't want to get too into the weeds about making commitments because that's not the point of this item. Do anybody else have any questions, either for sitting presidents or past presidents or staff about officers? Anything else you want to say?
Well, I will just support whoever decides to do this and whoever wins the election. I just want you to know I got your back, and I'll help you through anything that you need help with. So we'll do this together. You're not alone.
And we have a really good team. I feel so good about this team that we have here that, you're not doing it alone, right? And so that's the beauty of it all, that we all have each other's backs.
Excellent. Thank you very much, and well said. Does anyone, board or staff, have any more to say on this item? Is there any comment from the public on this item? Okay. In that case, I think we're going to call that one closed, since that is informational only. And we're going to move on to 933. This is also informational. It is regarding a draft of our board meeting schedule for next year, for 2026. Again, informational only. We're kind of prepping for our organizational meeting in December. And this is just regarding not the school academic calendar, but simply the calendar for our meetings, both regular and our workshop special meetings. Mr. Blake, please.
Well, I mean, you summed it up very well. That's exactly what this is. You have a draft calendar that will be put forward in December that you will ultimately discuss and either approve or change and then approve, because something will be approved in December. So this is a particular draft, and take a look at it between now and December. And if you have any questions, reach out. And I just wanted to get it in your hands so you knew what we were looking at. That's it.
Thank you. I will say, if you don't mind, that I know one of your priorities has been to kind of ease the burden of Wednesday nights on staff. So we are looking at a few fewer, that's a great turn of phrase, fewer special meetings than before, with the idea that we would call special meetings if something extraordinary came up, or if we decided as a group that there was something that warranted, an hour-long conversation just for itself.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We do have a mechanism in place that board members can bring an item forward to be potentially put on a board meeting. And if the board decides, yes, we want to put this on a future board meeting, at that time, it can also be decided, this is something that we're going to need more time for. Let's make a special board meeting, and we can do that. No problem.
And I do want to say that I recognize that it might look a little strange to be saying, on the one hand, hey, we do a lot of work, let's ask for a raise with one item, and we're going to meet less. But the meetings really are the tip of the iceberg for a lot of what we do. A lot of what we do is outreach with the public, talking with staff behind the scenes. And again, I really respect that your intention with this calendar is that staff don't get paid any extra to be here on Wednesday nights. Sometimes we keep them out for a long time to answer one or two or no questions. And that's worth thinking about. It is by no means an attempt to do less work. If something big comes up, we always have, right? Wednesday nights are still sacred. Don't make that your poker night, you guys, because you never know.
Okay, I'll just say, that being said, I appreciate, especially as a new board member, the special board meetings, which are what we're talking about is the first Wednesday of the month. Those are our special board meetings. And typically the public doesn't come to those very often. However, during those special board meetings, I've been educated so much about what's going on in the district, and I find that invaluable. And especially, perhaps this particular board, for the calendar year of 2026, I could support, like we already have some special meetings already agendized, and we will have this body until at least December of next year. But I definitely would like the board to consider that with any new members coming onto the board, all of the special meetings are incredibly instructive. And I was in education for 27 years, and still the learning curve being in this district, it was high. And so, simply because I knew the acronyms, or many of the acronyms, I still found those incredibly helpful. And so I guess I would just say that, and it also gives the public an opportunity to come see us. So.
Mr. President, if I might
Please.
comment. The workshops. Let us remind ourselves that we choose those topics. The board says we want more information on X.
Correct.
This next several years, we have some programs that are just now beginning to take shape. We've had an expansion of our after-school programs. We've had a number of things occur in the way we deliver education in this district that we need to be fully informed on. We're looking at our gaps in reading and math and some science issues. And so I don't want to discourage those, I think it's 5 meetings a year that we choose the topics on, because that's how we zero in on the things that are most important to our students. That's it. It's just, I'm very much in support of continuing workshops.
I hear that. And I am also a little hesitant about wiping them all off the board, but I do think that perhaps in the past we've always said, hey, here's what we've done before, so let's just put them on the calendar again. That it might make sense to, during our December organizational meeting, be really intentional about what those look like over the next year. Because I agree, I'm looking forward to seeing, we haven't had a full SPED update in a while. I would really like an in-depth dive into what's going on with our special education programs.
We don't select our workshop topics in December, right? Don't we do that in April?
Yes, I'm sorry. I feel like there was a year we did in December, but I think I'm just tired.
No.
So there are things I'd like to see on here, but again, as those come up, I think it's totally reasonable for us to just say, hey, 2 months from now, we really need to do a deep dive on X, without having them set 12 months in advance. So again, this is not set in stone. This is not an action item. It's just another thing we'll be talking about, another thing we need to kind of do our homework on for our December meeting when we will take some action. Any further questions of clarification regarding this item? Do we have any comments from the public? Okay. We still have public, and they're thinking about whether they want to keep on coming to workshops or not. I appreciate that.
If I might comment, two
Please.
of these publics were at the Marsh meeting last night and provided amazing input for our feedback on the LCAP program. And I appreciate both of you ladies that came. Thank you.
Yes, shout out to our dedicated publics. For real, though, it's always great to have you guys here, and I appreciate the perseverance. I'm going to give it one last shout out. Anybody have anything else they want to say about this? Anything else from staff? Then let's go ahead and move on. Again, we got a lot to think about in terms of how we're going to set up and what we're going to act on in December. So just keep that churning in the back of your mind, please. Does that take us all the way to item 10, which is our second items from the floor? Is there any further discussion, or are there any new items from the floor that you'd like to address that weren't on the agenda? Okay, I don't see any hands shooting up. So Section 11 of our agenda is always board members' request to agendize discussion or action on a future item for a future agenda. And as always, since we do have a couple of these, we need to be real careful about not entering debate on the merits of the topic. So if we have one of these items, I'm going to ask you to give a real brief, like 1 or 2 sentence overview, and then we'll ask questions only about clarification about what is your intent in this, without getting into the merits. So our first item, 2 have been brought forward this time. First up is a discussion about whether we want to hear from the North State Carpenters Union in the future regarding their apprenticeship program. Member Hayes?
Yes, I just think having students know as many of the possibilities of careers is always better. And so the North State Carpenters Union would have the opportunity to come and discuss the apprenticeship program, which is down in Fairfield, which is very accessible for our students here. And also there may be an opportunity for our students to take a field trip, and that's the purpose of they were hoping that perhaps in January they could come and make a presentation. And of course, without having it on the agenda, it limits them to 3 minutes, which is not enough time to do their presentation.
Yeah.
That's it.
And they've, just for my own personal comment on this one, they've come in the past, and it's always a useful presentation, and it is a program that supports, that is directly applicable to our students. So, again, any questions of clarification or comments on this one? Do we have any public comment? Do we have a motion associated with this agenda item?
I would like to move that the North State Carpenters Union be invited to present information about their apprenticeship program.
I'll second that.
Just for clarification. Sorry, I hear the second, but specifically in January?
They were hoping in January,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Then a question for staff. Can we make that happen? I mean, in terms of like moving things around on the agenda, is that feasible? Yes. Okay. Any further debate?
We're just debating about whether or not to put it on an agenda.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Very good. In that case, seeing no further discussion, I would like to call for a vote. Let's start with Member Robinson and move to the, were we unanimous on the last one? I'm so sorry.
No, I don't believe you were.
I don't think we were. Okay. So let's start with Member Robinson and then move left.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Robinson, no.
Hayes, aye.
Lando, aye.
Conkin, aye.
Olson, aye.
All right, that is a 4-1 pass. Robinson in dissent. Thank you very much. The last item for potential agendizement, if that is a word, is a request to discuss potentially adding a student consultation period, potentially by reducing periods by 5 minutes each, to reallocate time for a period together for students to consult with teachers.
So again, a parent brought this to my attention that with the block schedule, even though there is what's the period called? Thank you. Academic success period. That doesn't allow for students to go and work one-on-one with teachers. And so the intention of this is to discuss the idea of whether or not having a time set aside at the high school level for students to have time to meet with teachers if they have if they're going to be absent or have been absent, to get that extra one-on-one help within the constraints of the school day, because we heard over and over at LCAP meetings that teachers are meeting with students before school and at lunch and necessary for students. I mean, the point is this is, um, they feel it necessary to meet with teachers. I think that it would behoove the district to have something built in within the schedule to accommodate all students. So I am asking that we agendize it, and it doesn't have to be, it could be a February thing or a March. I mean, it would be something at earliest for next school year. So I have no idea what this would look like. Like, I don't know when we should, if it was on the agenda, when the appropriate time frame would be.
I hear that. Thank you. Do any other members have questions of clarification?
Yes.
Please.
First of all, I think this is an administrative decision that should be discussed and evaluated at the site level with administration. And my biggest concern, well, not my biggest concern, but a concern would be accountability for where is that student? Is that student out of class? Are they in class getting help from the teacher? There's no accountability provided.
I hear you, and I hate to cut you off, but I really want to make sure that we're not debating the item itself right now.
I was debating the item itself. And I am going to vote no.
Okay, thank you. So I guess my question of clarification, I really wanted to make sure that if we're asking Member Hayes if we understand what she's getting at, and I think from my point that's pretty clear, or if we have any questions about staff about what that would look like as an agenda item. Do we have any questions in that regard? And I certainly don't intend to stifle debate. I just want to make sure that we're following the spirit of the Brown Act here.
Well, I understand what's being asked. I'm concerned that there are a lot of levels in this that even if you discussed it and decided, yeah, let's look into it, and now it's February or March, and then we go to our unions and our teachers and our students and we say, hey, we're thinking about this, and they go, no thanks, or whatever they say. I mean, there's just a lot of, it's not just you saying let's do it and then it happens. I mean, as much as I'd like to say that that's the case, it's just not. So I'm not sure that what the discussion is going to unfold for you. I mean, if you want us to do an interest survey, let's say, or find out from some people if this is even something that can happen, we can do that before you even decide if you want to discuss it. I mean, I understand what you're saying, I get it. But at the same time, I don't know that it's possible. So that's where I'm at, and I'm just concerned that you're going to go through this process and then it's not going to be something we can pull off, especially for next year, if you're talking about March or so. I mean, that's bumping right up against trying to make schedule changes, and that concerns me.
So again, I think the discussion, I think if the board doesn't support the idea of it, then why would you go out and ask teachers and the union and students? Like, if the board doesn't think it's fundamentally a good idea, then why would you go and do all of that?
Fair enough.
I believe that I believe there's value in it, and I think, sure, I think parents, I mean, this came from a parent whose daughter had, a freshman, had issues with not having time in their day. So as a board, do we want to support those students in saying, is this one student or is this happening to others? And if we feel like it's important enough to then say, I'd like you to make sure that you're talking with the unions and administration and find out. But if I'm the single person up here, then I guess we're done.
All right. I think it's clear what the request in terms of discussion might look like. I'm hearing that it would just be a discussion about where do we want to start the process and kind of what information do we need to gather and is there even interest. But we have to have the discussion first before we can actually do any of that stuff. Okay. That said, is there any public comment on this item? Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead, unless anybody has anything they really want to add to this one. Anybody on this side? Then I'm going to go ahead and ask for the vote, if that's okay with you guys.
Well, it hasn't motioned yet,
Yeah,
right?
so is there a motion? That's what I meant. I apologize. Thank you. So is there a motion?
I'm going to motion that we have a discussion about whether there would be a value in potentially adding a student consultation period.
Just to clarify, we are looking for a second right now. Looks like that is going to die for lack of a second.
All right.
All right, there are no further items for potential agendizement on the agenda. So with that, I'm going to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. All those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's it. Thank you very much. We are adjourned.